Hey, it's Marvin McKenzie. I wanted to just share with you my daily visit with God for this morning. And I was in Revelation chapter 20, all of Revelation chapter 20. I also read 1 Samuel chapters 11 and 12. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1 starts out talking about Satan, the devil, being cast into the bottomless pit. He's going to be cast there for 1,000 years. And then Revelation 20 and verse 7 says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. I think it's an interesting thing when you look at this passage. It's just like in a moment's time. We go from him being cast into the prison, bound for 1,000 years, and now the 1,000 years are expired, and Satan is loosed for this short season. I am reminded that in the Bible, one day is 1,000 years with the Lord, 1,000 years is a day, and it's with God, time is an immaterial element. Because of our existence, time has purpose, even for God, as he describes a day and being a 24-hour period, the morning and the evening, or the first day, and so forth. And so he describes days, months, years, and those kinds of things in the scriptures. All of those are there, but they're there for our benefit and not for God's. As far as God sees everything, the beginning from the ending, it's all the same. To him, time really is an immaterial thing in his mind. And when you look at the scripture, at least in my understanding of the scriptures, it's almost as if all of human history, everything that has ever taken place, and really everything that will take place until we go into eternity anyway, all of it seems like it's something that takes place, that looks like it takes place in God's eyes in something like 7 days. 7,000 years, and all of human history on this earth is finished at the end of that 7,000 year period of time. It appears to me that this earth will be destroyed, and he'll create a new heaven and a new earth, and he goes from there. Revelation, again, chapter 20 and verse, you've got all of this 1,000 years just in 7 short verses, one chapter, 7 short verses there. But not only is it God who sees in this passage, sees things really in that moment's time, but John, the Apostle John, witnesses this whole thing in a moment's time as well. Time was immaterial to him, to John, the Apostle John, too, at least in the Spirit. As he's witnessing this in the Spirit, time becomes an immaterial thing. And I know time matters to us. We only have so much time, and so we don't want to waste the time that we have. But in a sense, time is immaterial to us in that the time that we have on this earth passes so very quickly, and then it's eternity. It doesn't matter how long of a time a person lives on this earth. It's a very, very short time, and so short a time really is in comparison to eternity that it really does become almost an immaterial thing of almost no consequence. Time is of such little consequence for our eternal souls that it makes no sense to occupy ourselves with it, to live for it, to emphasize time. The temporal period that we'll be on this earth is 70 or 80 years, or sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to focus all of our energy and effort into those few moments when all of eternity awaits us. And Jesus told us to lay not up for ourselves treasures on this earth, but instead to lay up for ourselves treasures in heaven. Where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your emphasis? Where do you emphasize every day of your life? Or is it just for these few moments that are really immaterial, of almost no consequence? Or do you focus on eternity? Whether you'll go to heaven or hell, first of all, and if you're going to heaven, that you will have an abundant entrance into heaven. Where do you put your focus? I'm Marvin McKenzie. I'm the pastor of Bible Baptist Church in Puyallup, Washington. You can find us on the web at www.puyallupbaptistchurch.com. Love to see you there. God bless.